is Graham Hill, and I'm going to conduct you today around a lap of the Snetterton racetrack in Norfolk in a 230 SL. At the moment we're standing in the pits and just about to leave. Start the engine. Gauge first gear and pull away from the pits. Accelerate hard to 6,000, which is 30 miles an hour, into second. Again up to 6,000 maximum revs, which is 50 miles an hour, into third gear and approach the first corner, which is Riches. Brake gently, put the car into the corner, apply the power, engage in a drift through, a bit more power, slight correction there, and away towards the second corner. Just about reach maximum in third, brake hard, throw the car into the corner, slight bit of understeer here, apply the power to correct this, and drive out in a long drift. Accelerate high in third gear up to maximum revs, which is 6,000, it's 80 miles an hour. Now on the main straight, accelerating down. The independent rear suspension showed up to an advantage on that particular corner where we were able to apply full power all the way through. We're now doing 5,000 in top gear, which represents 100 miles an hour, braking hard for the hairpin at 300 yards, changing down into third gear, throw the car into the corner to provoke a drift, apply the power, and hold the car nicely balanced through the corner and away onto the next straight. The fuel injection on this car showed up extremely well at low revs, pulling away from that hairpin. Came away very cleanly. Changing to top gear again, approaching the S's, just about reaching 90 miles an hour, which is 4,500 revs, brake hard, change down into third, put the car into the corner, very nicely balanced, applying full power, sharp flick to the right, and through the final bend of the S's. Came through there very cleanly, change into top for Coram, go through Coram in top, which is a long right-hander, goes on and on, car nicely balanced, flat out, applying all the power, and away onto the pit straight. Now braking gently for the pits, change down into third, heeling and towing, controls nicely placed there for this operation. Or into the pits and switch off. Well, that was one lap of the Snetterton racetrack in a Mercedes-Benz 230 SL. Most enjoyable. By way of contrast, I'm now going to drive the latest Mercedes-Benz 600, the luxurious saloon round Snetterton. Give you some idea of how this rather fine car handles under these conditions. There's an automatic gearbox. When you select the gear, it automatically releases the handbrake, which is an advantage for those people who are apt to be a little forgetful. It's a large car by normal standards.
Very, very narrow here.
Weighs something like 3 tons. So the suspension, which is air controlled, has quite a bit of work to do, and so do the brakes. We're now approaching the first corner from leaving the pitch, which is Riches. Enter it in the normal orthodox fashion. Car rolls very slightly. Steering is very light but responsive, handles nicely. Accelerate out. There's a kick down on the automatic. So engage, and then we approach Sears corner. Brake, put the car into the corner, understeer, kick down, accelerate out. It's possible to hold third with the manual override control on the gearbox. Changes up at 4,500, which is about 80 miles an hour, into top. Now on the main straight, does about 100 miles an hour at 3,600 revs. quite comfortable. Braking for the hairpin from 110 miles an hour down to 40. Throw the car into the corner, kick down, accelerate out, a little bit of throttle control there, slight correction, and accelerate away. Again, the fuel injection, which is common to practically all Mercedes-Benz cars, certainly shows up pulling away from a slow corner. Now approaching the S's, braking, select third in this case. I want the power to bring the tail round through the S's without having to kick down. I want to control the part throttle. Accelerate away, select top, and go into corner. It's a long curve. You can really feel the car handling through here. You have the time to assess it, and it seems very well balanced. Accelerating away, and now back to the pits. Now back at the pits. This isn't the normal car that one would take around a circuit, but I must say that it was most enjoyable to drive around Snetterton. It's unusually docile for such a large car, and I thought the handling was extremely good considering the weight and the size of the car.